Welcome. Let's talk about predicting the New York Islanders versus the Tampa Bay Lightning series in round 3. Before we get started here, I just want to remind you that I predicted the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Dallas Stars series. I'll put up a link to that video up top over the next few seconds so you can link on to it at your leisure. Let's jump into it, shall we? Now, the Islanders beat Philly in 4-3 in that series. Tampa Bay beat Boston 4-1. They've only played 13 games so far in this playoff, as opposed to the Islanders, who played 16. Now, the Islanders outscored Philly 24-16. And did you watch that game 7? It was a 4-0 game. It was like Philly was just listless. But the Islanders, not to take anything away from them, played a really tactful Trotz game to the T. It was just like watching someone just choke someone slowly. And Philly's just like, can you hurry up, please? I want to go. That's what it looked like. Anyway, Tampa Bay outscored Boston 19-10 in that series. And when it comes to goals for overall during the playoffs, Islanders have got 54. They can score, ladies and gentlemen. The Bolts have 39. And when it comes to goals against, still impressive. 31 for New York, 30 for Tampa Bay. Now, let's talk about special teams, starting with the power play. Tampa Bay's ranked at number 13. That's second last amongst all active 4 teams right now at 17.1%. The Islanders rank at number 14, just behind them at 17%. The last active team in the playoffs in terms of power play. The penalty kill. The New York Islanders are better in this category. They're number 11 in the playoffs, running at 82.2%. Tampa Bay's number 14. Running at 81.3%. Tampa Bay started to come on, though, towards the end of the Boston series in terms of their power play. Looks like they were figuring things out as well. So that number for them on the power play wise could get even better. Now, let's talk about the point leaders so far. Those with 15 or more points for each of these clubs. Both of them have 2. For Tampa Bay, in the 13 games, of course, they've got Braden Point, who's tied for third with 18 points. He's got +7, by the way. Nikita Kucherov, who's got 16 points. He's a +6, tied for fifth. And then the Islanders, in 16 games, of course, Josh Bailey, he's got 17 points, tied for fourth. He's a +9. And Brock Nelson, who's got 15 points, tied for sixth. He's a +5. Goal leaders. Specifically those with 6 or more during the playoffs. New York has 4 of them. Jesus, mother. Oh my God. Tampa Bay has 1. Again, 3 less games, but still. The Islanders have got Beauvillier, who's tied for third with 8 goals. Unbelievable, that guy. And then Nelson, Lee, and Pajot all have 7. And they're tied for fourth in the playoffs right now. Tampa. There's Point, the single player who's got 6 goals. He's tied for fifth. And there's also 3 players with 5 goals from scattered between both teams. I'm talking about Hedman, Palat, and Barzal. Now, goalies. Let's talk about them and their save percentage. Starting with the Islanders and Greiss, who's 2-1 in the playoffs. He kind of took over a little while ago over Varlamov. Varlamov started to let in some leaky goals through him. Now, Greiss he's 2-1. He's got a .960 save percentage. Only Demko has a better one. So that ranks him in the second spot right now. And then Varlamov, who's 9-4 in these playoffs, is still a .921 save percentage in 14 games. Very respectable. He's ranked 15th overall at the moment. Again, the last 3 games, he didn't look so hot. I would expect Greiss to start the next series. I would like to hear what you Islander fans think about that. And then Vasilevskiy for Tampa Bay. He's 10-3 in the playoffs in 13 games with a .931 save percentage, ranked 10th overall. McElhinney, his backup, hasn't played any playoff games. During the regular season, though, he played 18 games and was a .906. Remember, he was fantastic for Carolina last season in the playoffs. Now, when it comes to the forward and the D-core, I split up those 2 groups. And I want to talk about the defense for the Islanders, who have 33 points in these playoffs, and Tampa Bay's got 28. In the plus-minus category, the Islander defense is a plus 42, very impressive. Tampa Bay is a plus 24. And with the forward core, with the forward groups, the Islanders have 105 points. Wow. Tampa Bay's got 83. And the plus-minus category, the Islanders are a plus 64, and the Bolts are a plus 38. Who am I going to pick here? Again, it's kind of hard. I mean, some things to think about as well. On the way to round 3, the Islanders beat 3 teams who, during the regular season, three of them were part of the top 7 in the league in goals for. And of course, I'm talking about the Panthers, the Washington Capitals, and the Philadelphia Flyers, who got choked out in that last game there. So, yeah, that tells us they still know how to play defense, and they can outscore them. When it comes to the goals against category during the regular season, this is where Tampa kind of impresses everybody, really. Now, they were 9th in the league in this category, just behind the Islanders, by the way, with a difference of only 2 goals. And they took care of 2 of the top 3 teams in the league in goals against, in Boston and Columbus, on their way to this series. John Cooper was talking about, just before the playoffs, how it was important for Tampa after, getting blown out, swept by Columbus for zip in last year's playoffs, that they get used to playing a lot tighter game and keeping the score down. So not only did they go out and get players with a lot of sandpaper like Patrick Maroon and Barclay Goodrow and Blake Coleman, but they were playing much closer games, and you could see it paying off for them here in the playoffs. And so they kind of know what to expect when they're coming up against the Islanders here in Trotz. Although, New York may be the best at it right now. Who am I going to pick? I'm going to go with Tampa. I'm really sorry, Islander fans. And when it comes to in how many games, if everyone's healthy, if Stamkos is even playing, which we don't know about yet, but by the way, Kucherov will be, this could be done in maybe even 5 games. If there's some injuries, especially to players like Hedman, McDonough, Kucherov even, Stamkos isn't even in it. If all those players, well, not all of them, but if some of those players are hurt, maybe you even see the Islanders take this in 7. I'm going to go in the middle and say, the Lightning take it in 6. But for those of you who have skipped to the end of this video, who do I think is going to win this? I'm going to go with the Islanders. They're going to sweep this in 4. It's not even going to be close. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, which will alert you when my next video comes out, which will be about a new series that I just started. I'm in the middle in, where I'm predicting all 31 NHL teams off-season. So I'll put up a link towards the end of this one for that. You can check that out as well. Find your best team hidden in there. Thank you again. Please be kind to each other out there, and I'll see you soon.